Hey guys, how's it? Aloha. Well, I hope you don't mind that I do a couple a day sometimes. I know it can be a bit much, but you know, I'm always apologetic about something. My videos are too long, or I guess I'm just, I don't know, trying to be a little more in touch with what other people enjoy about the channel. All that being said, SikTh Philistine Philosophies, okay? This is in my list, like all the others. Another reason why I may want to be doing 2 a day probably for the next couple of weeks to see if I can make a dent in this list. But so let's do this. Appreciate all the support, the comments, the love. If you enjoy, since my channel's not monetized because those ads that run aren't mine, they're the publishers, if you see so fit. Buy me a cup of coffee, the link will be down there. The link will also be down there for all of their discography, for where you can buy their CDs, MP3s, vinyl. I always support the band, and Spotify. So let's do this. SikTh Philistine Philosophies. All right. All right, heavy stuff going on here. First of all, the guitar tone is perfect. It's beautiful. It, to my ears, it doesn't sound anywhere. The compression on it seems to be kind of what we call a light knee. It's just kind of a light compression. That's what it feels like to me as my engineer ears, though getting older, the older I get, the better I was. It seems like the engineering is steeped in this low to upper mid range of tonality here. There's a lot of powerful work going on here. The bass, oh my God, that bass player, my fingers hurt listening to what he's doing. Or he could be something or whatever it is, but it is visceral, the bottom end of that bass. I love the riff going in. I love the setup. Now in the verse, where the singer, remember I treat the singer not as the solo, but the part of the instrumentation. Great tone to his voice. I thought it was. I thought for a second, is this growling? And then it doesn't sound like it's growling to me. It sounds like a tonal, just a monotonal, just powerful, gritty vocal performance. But what excuse me, not the Rona, again. What I hear is the phrasing in which he's performing his verse, which is, it sounds like 4 bars of the riff with him going off, and then 2 bars of the guitars finishing off their turnaround before he comes back in for another 4 and 2. I thought that was really super cool. And it got me into the song. Not in a theoretical kind of way, but just kind of like, oh, that's really unique. That's a trip. I haven't heard that at all for a while, that kind of approach. And then it gets into the hook, or, I'm sorry, wait. It turns around again, and then it gets into the part where the lead singer sings, and that completely caught me off guard. It doesn't surprise me anymore, but because since I started this journey on really diving deep into all the suggestions you guys have given me to hear that there are growlers and people who sing, and then they can, on a button, turn around and have these, like, Ginsu knife soaring metal beautiful voices that just kill it, just beautiful melodies with intense power. That was a total joy. Now coming out of that, they go into the second verse. It seems like they lost that 2 bars at the end for the turnaround, and they locked into a more of a definitive riff. And I was settling into that. But for me, I think right at this point, what has really taken me in is the fact that the tonal composition and engineering decision was kept in this zone, tone-wise. Very heavy, very bottom, very driven. And also there were a couple cool little trick, answer back at the very beginning before the first verse. I know I'm kind of skipping around a bit, where it was whatever. I love that. Dynamics. Hello, I'm mental engineer. That's what we get. All right, we go back a little bit. All right. Man, that was like an epic schooling for me in multiple rhythmical elements while still maintaining the tempo. And you may have seen me while I was going, I've got a few things to say about this, but first about the drummer. Whew, Jesus. You may have seen me during these intricate rhythmic changes that they were doing, going like this. Because I was going, these guys, they have not changed the tempo. They have not changed the tempo. That's what I heard. That's what my gut tells me. If I'm wrong, tell me. Please be gentle. I was wrong. I believe I was wrong in the first breakdown when I was trying to decipher the song structure. And song structure is when you have an intro, a verse, maybe a second half to a verse, a pre-chorus, chorus. There's many different ways to do this combo. And then I had said at one point, well, I think they lost the 2. Now that I go and heard the second half, I think that section might have been a pre-chorus to the main chorus, because when it went into the second verse, they did repeat that same riff pattern, like a 4/2 or 6 bars in the turnaround. Once again, if I'm challenged with my information, please correct me. But then what happened is now after the second verse chorus, they went into these chunks. I can't say they're passages, because passages are usually complete. For me, when I say the word passage in any of my breakdowns, it has to do with like there's some kind of like something really cool they set you on. What these guys did is they completely, it felt like 16 bars, maybe 20, tweaked and changed the rhythms they were playing in different in different feelings. I didn't feel any intricate meter change type work as much as I did rhythmical composition and arrangement changes to fit a 4/4. But that's what it felt like to me. Remember, this is a first listen, first time I've ever heard of this band, obviously then for the song and the arrangement and the musicianship. And like usual, I just want to let you know, at the very beginning when I first did this, I used to gush over all the musicians, but I just realized there's just so many great, talented, masterful musicians with intense skill set, arrangement, and composition that it's hard for me to say, well, he's the best. No, they're all just, what's my saying? Third eye purple level. All right. Anyhow, as these guys just kept on going and changing the rhythmical patterns, for a guy like me who's just into that stuff, I was just sewn. I was just into it. And I'm sure I was doing facial, freakouts, but it really grabbed me. And once again, my final thing about this is just the intensity of where the engineering tones got me right here. Right here, the kick, the way the kick was EQ'd, the bass was EQ'd, the guitars were EQ'd. There wasn't any poppy tops that were up there. Engineers know what I'm talking about when I say that. Anyhow, thank you all. I'm actually going to go do a doctor and see what the heck's going on here, so I'll be okay. Thank you all so much for hanging out. If you're still here, type in, I'm still here. All right. Thank you for your suggestions, your comments, the links for the band's discography and everything I said before will be below. The link for the cup of coffee, should you see fit to buy me a cup of coffee. That'll be down below as well. And the AKG 240 headsets, link will be down there below. Anyhow, I'm done for the day. And I'm going to go out right now, visit a friend of mine, see if there's any surf. It's a little small, but hey, I need to get out. It's been raining for the last couple of days, and so maybe there'll be some surf. Anyhow, you guys take care of yourself. All right.